Hey folks, Jordan with the Young Turks and TYT Politics. I hope you're having a lovely day. I was just live on the Young TYT Politics YouTube page, reporting to you on more outrage and disgusting happenings in Flint, Michigan. I hope you'll go watch that on TYT Politics YouTube. Today, I would like to discuss what I think we should have two separate legal systems in them, actually three. One separate legal system for police officers, because they could do whatever the hell they want. One separate legal system for the people, because we apparently can't. And a third system just for people associated with the Clintons. Does that make sense? So you have the police, the legal system for the police, the legal system for us peasants, and the legal system for anybody associated with Bill and Hillary Clinton. So, listen. I, during the campaign, did not really report that much on Hillary Clinton's email saga. Because, to tell you the truth, I think there were a lot worse things associated with Hillary Clinton than the fact that she did this cockamamie email server in her basement. It was obviously not a smart thing, but I wasn't as deranged as like those watching Fox News, right? I don't think it was a good thing, but I think there was a lot worse than what she did with her emails, so I didn't really focus on it that much. But what I did have a problem with was the different standards that the powerful get in America versus the rest of us. Could you imagine if you worked for the government, set up a private system in your home that was not authorized, sent out classified information on that private system? You would be in lockup facing the guillotine. But Hillary Clinton, no, she didn't know. She didn't know. There was no actual intent. So that's, as we know, how she got out of jail. Well, Director James Comey, which, by the way, I just sent out a tweet. James Comey is now in the news enough that I'm officially changing it from a comb over to a Comey over. I'm going to go get myself a Comey over at the barber. Good pun. Now, laugh if you want to. I know it wasn't that good. Now, James Comey was again in front of Congress today for the 25th time on the email saga, on Russia, on all these things. And he dropped the information that Huma Abedin, who it was Hillary Clinton's deputy campaign chair. So John Podesta was the campaign chairman. Huma Abedin was deputy campaign chairwoman. Huma Abedin has been with Hillary Clinton for over a decade. Worked with her when she was Senator Hillary Clinton. Worked with her when she was Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. They have a very close friendship. Huma Abedin, if you're unaware, was the wife of Anthony Weiner, famous for showing his wiener through text messages and other vehicles. Was a good progressive congressman, but kind of destroyed his career. So I think they're separating. I don't know if they've mended fences. So James Comey dropped the bomb that classified emails were somehow being sent to Anthony Weiner from Huma Abedin. Comey provided new details to Congress about how Clinton's emails ended up on Weiner's computer, as the FBI director strongly defended his decision to alert Congress just days before the 2016 election about his agency's investigation into emails related to Clinton's personal server. The team also, quote, the team also told me we cannot finish this work before the election. And then they worked night after night after night, and they found thousands of new emails. They found classified info on Anthony Weiner, Comey said, while responding to a question from Senator Dianne Feinstein. You know, Dianne Feinstein, who just came out against single-payer health care, but also did a fundraiser with healthcare lobbyists. David Sirota, my colleague, broke that story. So, quote, somehow her emails were being forwarded to Anthony Weiner, including classified information by her assistant, Huma Abedin. Yes, somehow her emails were being forwarded to Anthony Weiner. The tooth fairy came down and forwarded emails to Anthony Weiner. It was the tooth fairy. And by the way, I don't have a problem with Huma Abedin. I don't know Huma Abedin. Of all the people in Clinton's orbit, she seems one of the least troublesome. On a human level, I feel bad for her. She has a child. She's married to Anthony Weiner. She's been publicly embarrassed by Anthony Weiner time after time after time. So this isn't like a persecution of Huma Abedin. But Comey says, in separate exchange with Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana, Comey said Abedin appeared to have had a regular practice of forwarding emails to Weiner for him to, quote, print out for her so she could then deliver them to the Secretary of State. Okay, so Huma Abedin, who was probably, if not the top advisor to Hillary Clinton while she was Secretary of State, was up there. Huma Abedin couldn't have forwarded emails to like a 22-year-old assistant to print them out. She had to forward them to her husband. Does that make sense? But Comey said, but there was no indication that Abedin, quote, had a sense that she was doing what she was doing was in a violation of the law, Comey added, and investigators couldn't prove any sort of criminal intent. Again, I'm not trying to get Huma Abedin convicted of a crime because there's worse things in life. Maybe she didn't know. But the problem here is there is different laws for police officers that they don't follow normal law. There are different laws for you and I, and the law often changes as we go, as we saw in North Dakota. And then there's a different law for the powerful and people associated with the Clintons. It's unreal. Do you think that if I worked in government or any organization and I forwarded classified information to my husband or wife, that I wouldn't be fired or face penalty, either fines or worse? Of course not. They go after the people who don't have power on their side, who don't have lobbyists on their side, who aren't millionaires. The fact that Clinton and Abedin previously exchanged classified emails gave federal prosecutors probable cause to justify their review of Weiner's laptop, according to a search warrant. The review of the laptop, publicly disclosed less than 2 weeks before the election, jolted Clinton's campaign and resurfaced the controversy over her use of a private server. Abedin's lawyers have previously said she did not know the emails were on Weiner's laptop and did not know how they got there. In the end, the investigators determined the emails were mostly ones they had previously seen, and Clinton was ultimately cleared by the FBI 2 days before the elections. I don't know, folks. I'm not defending Donald Trump or anyone associated with Donald Trump, but the guillotine has been out for Michael Flynn for meeting with the Russian ambassador and lying about it and these things. Well, I don't really see any coverage right now of the Abedin part of this. I just see coverage that James Comey said if he had the decision to do over again, he would have still come out 2 weeks before the election and said we're re-examining Hillary Clinton's emails. He said he feels nauseous, he said, that it might have affected the election, but it was the right thing to do, he said. But of course, they're not focusing on the Huma Abedin aspect of things. So, top aide to Hillary Clinton, we don't know how, but classified information went to her husband, who Huma Abedin constantly forwarded emails to. Some of those were classified information, yet no penalty, no foul. You think that would happen for you? You think you'd get off? Give me a yes or no. It's unreal. It's unreal. And sometimes good people break the law. Sometimes maybe they didn't know they were breaking the law. Sometimes you give them a warning. But this isn't like, a kid walked into the candy store and stole a stick of gum. And, you yell at him, you call his parents. No. This was sending classified information over to your husband. Did she not know that the information was classified? Maybe not. But you have to know, being in your position in the State Department, that there's a possibility there are things in your emails that are classified. because they have, that labeling of classified on them. And also, just the common sense meter. Why do you have to send emails to your husband to print out? Like, if I'm the Secretary of State or I am a top-level assistant of hers, I think I have an assistant, or I think there's people in the office that I could say, hey, I need these printed out. I'm sending them to you. People with clearances to read those emails. So the bottom line is this. Again, I don't really think the email scandal was this big absolute thing. That's why I didn't cover it as such. I think there's a lot worse things. I think it was a right wing. That's really the main thing they had. It's like Benghazi, attack, because that's all you have. But I do think it's a problem when government and the powerful, whether it's Hillary Clinton or her top aide and BFF, Huma Abedin, get off scot-free, and they're given the benefit of the doubt when normal citizens would have been arrested. Sorry. The establishment might not like it. The neoliberals won't like it. They'll say, leave Huma alone. But it's not about Huma. It's about the principle. There needs to be the same uniform law for everyone in the country. Not just the powerful. Go ask all the bankers who destroyed our economy and stole your 401k and are the reason your homes were foreclosed. Why don't you go visit them in their jail cell? Oh, wait. They're not there. It's really unbelievable. And, I would be saying this, honestly, if it was a Trump associate and Trump was a Secretary of State, God forbid. It's not specifically because it's associated with Hillary Clinton. But how many people associated with the Clintons have done shady shit that the rest of us would be in jail for? The Clinton Foundation documented money funneling and money scams that, frankly, Bernie Sanders should have went after. Telling you, folks, this is not for they say, and justice for all. That is a joke. Because there is not justice for all. And you know what? Huma Abedin, benefit of the doubt here. Benefit of the doubt. Huma Abedin didn't know she was sending classified information to her husband. And it was just an honest mistake. I'm sorry, folks, but at the least, there's a civil penalty? At the least, there's not a civil penalty for something like that? Or something? I mean, come on. It's absurd. It's completely absurd. That's the news, folks. James Comey revealed in front of Congress today, his 25th hearing at this point, who knows, that the emails were forwarded to Anthony Weiner. Classified information was forwarded to him. Again, if you're just coming to this late, Comey provided new details. Revealed Wednesday that Hillary Clinton's emails containing classified information were somehow being forwarded to former Congressman Anthony Weiner by his wife and top Clinton aide, Huma Abedin. So, the tooth fairy came down, descended onto Huma Abedin's laptop, and forwarded Hillary Clinton's emails to Anthony Weiner. God knows if Anthony Weiner sent those emails with his wiener to any unsuspecting women. I hope not. I mean, Anthony Weiner's wiener is enough to get via text message, but then classified information, I'd be on overload. Thank you for watching. I probably will do more on this different legal system for different folks, because again, if you're a police officer, you don't have to follow the law. Separate legal system for you. If you're a good old normal person with no money, you do have to follow the law, and often the law will be changed, and you'll be screwed over, North Dakota. And if you're the Clintons or anyone associated with the Clintons, law doesn't apply. Oh, they didn't know. Benefit of the doubt. It's bullshit. Thank you for watching. Share this video, youtube.com/tytpolitics. I'll probably be going live again a little bit later. My thoughts on making sure that the progressive movement does not descend into Fox News territory. Dun, dun, dun. Talk to you later.